Earlier, I spoke with Captain John Cox, Chief Executive Officer of Safety Operating Systems. He's a veteran airline pilot with over 14,000 hours of flying experience, and I asked him what he thinks about reports a plane may have been deliberately let off course.
Right now, there is mounting evidence that this may have been a deliberate act. It may have involved a crew member. What this says is we need to keep all the other possibilities open and pursue this just as fully as we can. And at that point, as the evidence leads us, right now, everything's still open in my mind. Everything's still on the table, but we need to further pursue this mounting line of evidence about the actions potentially of a crew member.
Well, I'd like you to weigh in on how you think the investigation and the search has been handled so far. There has been a lot of criticism around Malaysian authorities. Do you think that it has simply been not equipped to handle the enormity of the situation? Or had this been another country at the helm, do you think this plane could have been found by now?
Well, I think any country facing this kind of challenge, this is one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. And consequently, I think the Malaysians have done the best that they could. I think that they have been well-intentioned. I think they have struggled a little bit. But all in all, when you look at the fact that 14 countries are working together to try to find this airplane, I think it's a remarkable effort, and the Malaysians have been leading it. So I think that they've struggled in places, but all in all, they've done the best that they could.
Is there a chance this plane could have landed somewhere, anywhere? You know, it seems that there's been some renewed hope lately among family members, but again, speculating that a hijacker could have been responsible for this. A hijacker usually has an end destination in mind.
Well, I'm reluctant to even say that there was a hijacker. We don't have any evidence that there was or was not. And I will be very surprised if we find the airplane in anything other than the water, because had it landed somewhere, I think we would know about it. So I would say that it's the highest likelihood is it's in the water somewhere. And I think further, I think there's a debris field. And as such, I think we'll find that debris field. And when we do, it'll lead us to the wreckage.
You called this a great mystery. Are you surprised, though, that it's been 8 days now and this plane remains missing? Or do you think that we're at least closer to finding it than ever before?
Oh, I think we're closer as that we have been able to eliminate certain areas, and we're continuing to pursue all the evidence leads. And as such, we get this closes down further and further and further, and that will lead us to the debris field, and that'll lead us to the wreckage.
If a plane's communication systems are switched off or it disappears from radar, wouldn't that be an immediate warning to the other end? Or are there simply too many planes in the sky to keep track of? Because it seems to many of the people who are missing family members that the response time all around has just been very slow.
Well, I think certainly the family members want answers instantly. And we live in the internet world where we're used to being able to go to a computer, Google anything we want, and get an instant answer. That is not what accident investigation is. So consequently, we take evidence in, we look at the validity and strength of that evidence, and very methodically we go about it. I think that this process is sound. I know that they have very skilled investigators involved in it, and that as difficult as it is, right now the best thing for this investigation is patience.
That was Captain John Cox.